My scary stories are real. And this is We Are Coming for You, The Darkness. If y'all want to see the rest of this series, y'all are going to have to go to my TikTok and subscribe to my channel. Let me tell y'all about deep-rooted trauma. When a person has went through any type of trauma, whether if you was SA'd or it was domestic, etc. Trauma can sometimes be a hard thing to pull away. Because one thing about the darkness protects us. And a lot of people don't understand that there is a light. Some of us don't make it out. Some of us end it before it starts. Some of us make up an illusion of something else to make whatever situation better for them. Some of us have ways of coping, whether if it's drugs or sex. Everybody handles their trauma a little bit different. It's not for you to tell nobody how to deal with their trauma. Some people deal with it by hurting other people. But let me tell you something. I never had it easy. I had to deal with my family. I had to deal with my peers. And I had to deal with society and its rules. One thing that I can tell you is this. The adults are corrupt. Only person that's going to save you is save yourself. So keep telling until your voice is heard. I remember when I was like 30 years old. And I was at the beginning of my life. I was starting my life. I was a nurse. I hadn't graduated from nursing school, and I was doing pretty good for myself. But then one day, like everything else, when the sunshine comes out, it's always the darkness that comes in. The things that you were supposed to take care of before the sun came out. And I remember just being stuck for a period of time and not understanding why I'm in this place. And then my childhood started to come at me like full force. And I'm thinking about all these things as an adult. And I'm like, why am I thinking about this now? Because a lot of y'all don't understand that if sexual abuse is not taught in your home, then there's no way for your kids to know what it is. So I'm dealing with the situation. And I could remember just crying, and it felt like I was being whipped. And my body felt like I had 100-ton bricks on me. I said, let me get myself together so these kids about to come home so I can fix them something to eat or whatever. So I get up and walk down the hall, and I open up my son's room to put something in his room. And I saw my release books on the bed. I'm like, oh my God. My heart started beating. I started catching panic attacks. So I go back in the room because I hear him coming in the house. And I'm sitting there, and I could hear him putting his books down, and he go in his room. And the closer he got to my room door, it was like my legs just felt like bricks. I said, hey, Mom, I hope you don't mind. I know you were sick and you couldn't take us to the library, so I had found your books and some books in your crate in the closet. He was like, but this one book right here, he was like, man, it was really good. And I'm sitting there like, oh my God. So something was just like, say it. I said, what you read about? And he was like, it was a girl that had a secret. And I said, I'm that girl. And he was like, oh, it makes sense. And it's a really good book, and I think you need to put it out there so that, you know, you can help people that's like you. So I end up doing that book May the 5th, 2016, the same day the Me Too movement came out. Like, it came out right on time. And I can't forget, man, I got so much fan mail. I was talking to people in the United Kingdom, you know, people who was over the SA, like foundations and stuff like that. Like, I was doing something good, and people that were around me, besides my family, was giving me my recognition. So my boyfriend was like, he wanted to take me out so that we could celebrate my accomplishments. He know that I like scary movies. So I'm at the house and I'm cleaning up and I'm waiting for him to come, and he come in the house and he hugged me and kissed me and whatever. He was like, you ready? And I said, yeah. So I get out in the car and I said, oh shit, I forgot my chapstick. So I go in the room and I'm looking for the chapstick, and all of a sudden my room door open and a sheet of paper fell on the floor in front of me. And I picked it up and I said, what is this doing out? So closed the closet door and I put the paper on the bed. My boyfriend takes me to see 50 Shades of Black by Marlon Wayans. As soon as the credits started, it felt so familiar. Even the name, Christian Black, kind of sounds like my name. So I'm going through the movie and I'm looking at it and I'm crying. And my boyfriend was like, you okay? You want to leave? And I'm like, no, I want to stay. I saw my rape scene being played in a motion picture and people laughed at it. Me. People laughed at my rape. We get to the car. My boyfriend don't know what's going on. I'm like, just take me home. And I was crying for days and days and days. And he came and he was very encouraging. And he was like, look, you know, you got to move on from whatever it is. You can't let that shit hold you back. But see, my boyfriend didn't know that I just came from the darkness. And how it was so dark. And how it was so hard for me to come out. The house was dark. The only thing that was lit was my room with the candles that was around me. I had went and oiled up. I had oiled up myself with some Doom oil. And I was sitting in front of the mirror. I knocked on the floor 3 times. I didn't hear anything. Then I started crying and said maybe it was all in my head. A second later, I heard something creeping down the hallway, and a shadow came into my room, and all I can see was hair like it was moving. She sat behind me, and I said to her, anybody who wronged me, I want you to have your way with them, and I want to watch. And if you want to see the rest of this video, you're going to have to subscribe to my TikTok so I can show you.